This on?
This one.
Okay.
This one will be very short.
Oh, yeah.
Straighten your chair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This program is on the, I think this is the 12th of July 2018. This program, this is called Message to the People of Oakland, and it's for a certain reason that inshallah within a week or so we'll be going back to Oakland, and we have certain intentions. Our main intention is to go and maybe within, by the end of this month, we'll reoccupy the Masjid. And I said reoccupy the Masjid, and I'll give you reasons why we call it reoccupation. And then we'll come back here for Eid. Then we'll go back out there relatively quickly, and we will develop a program for the end of September. Okay, now, so we could call this a declaration of intent. And we want you to understand a few things that's been going on. We won't go through all the details. You have to go through and look at all the other DVDs and the other programs. And so it would behoove anyone that wants to be a part of the Islamic movement or want to understand the Islamic movement in North America to look at the videos. Not only the videos that we've put out, but I encourage you to look at the videos that Mutar and Khadijah have put out. And I also encourage you, if you want to be anywhere close to Quran and Hadith. Hadith is said to Imam Ali radiallahu anhu when he was being sent as a judge to Yemen. He said, "Oh Rasulullah, I'm a young man and I don't have much experience in judging." He said, "Just remember this, when you go there, never make a decision until you've heard both sides." And he said, Ali said that I did that, and I've never had any apprehension about judging. In other words, listen to both sides. So, if you're a person that have listened to one side, and one side only, then you're not following Quran and Sunnah at all, because you're not doing your research. For some of you, if you care, do the research. If you don't care, don't do the research. Just go about your business. As the time passed, we hope to clear up literally almost every issue that happened in Oakland, and we will, over a period of time, give you a background into what was going on in Oakland, and we'll cover during this talk mainly 2012 to 2018, that's a 6-year period. But specifically 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So this is our declaration of intent. What we plan to do in Oakland, and I don't see how anything could stop our plan. The other thing that we want to talk about is, if you've been listening to any of the discussions, you would understand the concept of Stalingrad to Oakland. If you're not a history buff or a historian, it would mean nothing to you. In World War II, the turning point in World War II was the German attack on Stalingrad. It was at Stalingrad that the German offensive against the so-called Allies was stopped. The original offensive, Operation Barbarossa, was crowned as a great event in German and military history. They just moved across the Soviet Union at that time with great speed, and on the steppes of Russia, the panzer divisions could spot enemies and outposts. Their gunners on these great tanks were expert marksmen. They combined blitzkrieg warfare, which was, well, it happened first in Poland, but by Russia, this was the first military force that had a perfect combination between ground and air units, between fighter units in the air and also ground units. That was the first time it was used as a great combination in warfare. To make a long story short, Operation Barbarossa started in around June or July, May 1941, and they had moved over 500 miles all the way to Stalingrad. They had been stopped not far away at Moscow, and Stalingrad was a turning point, because Stalingrad on the Volga River is now called Volgograd, by the way, became a sniper's haven. And everything that was a benefit in German warfare became a hindrance in Stalingrad. Number one, those great panzer divisions that could swoop and move freely out on the open fields was rendered useless by the German Air Force. The Luftwaffe, the great Air Force, had bombed the city, pulverized so much that all the streets was rubble, all the buildings was bombed out. So now, there was havens for Russian troops. And those great tanks, they could move out in the open. Now, the streets were full of rubble, so the tanks couldn't go over them and around them. Therefore, they would move up to the rubble and they would stop. When they would stop, they would be pulverized by the fire of the Russians. To make a long story short, the turrets could not shoot up. The snipers were up there in these big tall buildings. The point is, everything that made the German army great, everything that made it devastating to troops, Stalingrad stopped it. And not only did it stop it, it turned it into a sniper's. Most people killed in World War II at one place was in Stalingrad. They lost over 1 million and 2 million people. The German army basically went crazy. Their clothing, their weapons, everything froze up on them. Little simple stuff. You know the Russians wore those wool hats. The star on it, warm. Germans wore mental health. You know mental body, that boy, like it heats up in the sunlight, but it freezes, it heats up, it colds up, freezes up in the winter. Anyway, what does that have to do with us? Stalingrad to Oakland. Oakland is the greatest epic in Islamic history in the United States. I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to prove nothing to you. And since your behavior in Oakland was so low quality and so below the Islamic framework, not only because you Muslims in Oakland felt for everything that the United States government was doing, that you actually aided and assisted them in what they was doing. But now let's see if you can recognize what happened in Oakland. Number one, all the property we own in East Oakland, right, was slowed down. Basically, all progress was stopped. The next thing is the whole brotherhood in Oakland disappeared. Now, they're going to have to explain the history. Out of all the people in Oakland, Abdul-Malik is the only one that that gave, what do you call that when you resign, a letter of resignation. Not that he lied, but he said that I had fired him and I waited for 6 months. And then I showed everybody the letter of resignation. It was April 2008, 10 years ago. But you know what? It didn't make no difference to the people of Oakland. The people in Oakland have fallen 100% for the government rules. I accept the fact that you should study our whole organization in Oakland, where they came from, where they went to, and what did they do before, during, and after all of this. In the next 5 or 10 years, we're going to spend a lot of time. We're going to spend about 15, maybe 20% of our time on Oakland. What we hope to do during that time is unravel how big of a struggle this was and how well we performed. So where did everybody go? Okay, the other thing is all the accusations that Mukhtar made and put them on this on the video thing. I want to know why nobody in Oakland examined what he said. I want to know why the people in Oakland that knew it was a lie. I want to know why Abdul Malik, I want to know why Abdul Rahman, I want the Egyptian guy, I want to know why Imam up there on 98th Avenue, I want to know why everybody at the Masjid. If this man said that the reason he's acting up is because Imam Musa was messing with the funds, I want you to ask Rajab Ali, who was doing the fundraisers for us. I want you to ask him at each program at the last time. The first time when we raised $79,000, I want you to ask him, did I come up and hand him a check, a cashier's check for $35,000? I want you to ask him that. I want you to ask Abdul Malik that if we bought property, the school property, I want you to ask Abdul Malik, did Imam Musa, when you got up to a certain level, did he cover the rest, which would be $41,000 in those days, including helping raise the funds to buy it in the first place? Not only just, I want you to ask the people there, did Imam Musa come out there in 2007 and remodel all that property on the other side of the street, or most of it, which has been laying dormant for 10 years, that the people in Oakland let the property rot? And did I have to come out there and physically do 80% of the work and paid all the money to get it done? I want you to remember, the people of Oakland, I want you to remember, did Mukhtar live across the street at 8111? No, 8111. It might have been. Or 8110, across the street from our property. Did he live there when he was given the opportunity? But within a few months, did he move to 66th Avenue? Because according to our agreement, just like I stay here, and in those days, if you stayed, one person stayed, he could manage everything. Because he's right there. He don't drive and go to, he just gets up and he walks to the Masjid, walks over here and does work. It's easy. Did he move to 66th Avenue down there with the Egyptian Abdul-Rahman? And a couple of months after that, did he move all the way to Berkeley and change the phone and that we had had for 35 years then, 30 years? That he had changed everything and actually did away with it. And that he changed all of our mail to a post box. Did he do that? You got to check. You're supposed to check. Now, you people in Oakland, I'm telling you, you're under the gun too. Yes, you are. You think that you're going to sit back on your butt and let us fight the white man all by ourselves, and that history is going to allow you to sit back? No, you're not. Not this go round, dear believers. No, sirree. I'm telling you, for my part, I have enough money to call y'all. Y'all are accountable. I don't want to get the cowardice behavior of Oakland has to be investigated. You're going to find out, either by your research or us telling you what this battle was about and how well we did. Because this covers not only Oakland, but we didn't have as many as 10 Masajid